Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, a man who has achieved much despite his low-grade narcolepsy and a penchant for buggery, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you once again from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over at mtgmeta.io on the tournament list. This one comes from a person named Fazparte. I don't know, that's probably somebody's fake name, because the other names on the list are things like Dragoor and Burp. Fazparte. And it is an IZZET, I don't know, mid-range, IZZET artifacts deck, something like that. Not a lot at the low end, but definitely at the high end there. So this is a tournament list. We are going to take a look at it, and we're going to see if we can make it work. I thought it looked interesting. All right, so taking a look at the deck, we've got our classic, big artifact creatures. This deck called for 3 Cityscape Levelers. I currently only have 2, so I put a Portal to Phyrexia in its stead. And now we've got 4 Skitterbeam Battalions, which I love. And then to get us there, we are going to use the Mightstone and Weakstone, which will give you 2 mana to play towards any particular artifact spell. So that basically shaves 2 off of these costs, which will only cost us then 6 and 7 mana of the non-Mightstone, Weakstone type. Over there, we've got a bunch of regular mana, and we got the Fable for giving us some treasures to play with. The Bankbuster will help to draw cards, which hopefully will include the mana. And then other than that, I got the Stern Lesson, which will draw cards and give us Power Stones. And Power Stones will help us play towards getting these artifacts out as well. So, there's other ways we could do it, maybe a little bit more consistent, but not quite providing us with other abilities. So we'll see. Maybe this is a decent way of doing it. There we got a little bit of countering. We got the ability to kill some individual creatures. This does some board wipe. That's about it. It's very tight. This isn't the kind of deck I would normally go for, but seeing this coming off a tournament list, it may have some good use as just a ladder climbing tool. All right, so let's take this thing out and see if we can make it happen. All right, playing against Fantom. Fantom. 1, 2, 3. Let's keep it. All right, we're looking for the slow. I'll put out this guy next turn so we can get out a Bankbuster. All right, so next turn will be Fable. No attacks, but we do have a Treasure Troll. That'll be slow, so we're not making our way up to the Mightstone anytime soon. Not the Treasure Troll! I will never want to do that. Alright, slow land. What's this guy gonna do? Exile all graveyards. Send him in his super dude who's a 3/3. Alright, I'll save that for killing him later. We'll go ahead and pop this guy out. Got another one. That's good. So after I get the Might and Weakstone out, we can start Skitterbeaming. It's all about artifact kill. There's a land. And we're done. Alright, as soon as Higadisu turns, I will kill him. Two damage to each creature. I'm glad I got it out now. That would suck if you wiped out the Skitterbeam Battalion. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's slow action. Well, that was a lot of land in a row. That would have sucked. That thing seems way more dangerous for some reason. Drew up, Juliet. And swing on in. So when I attack with the leveler, he'll be able to take out the dragon. I'm not too worried about it. Oh, that's not cool at all. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go with the 2s for now. Next turn, we can put them down as 4s. Shoots 1. Sounds like he doesn't have a solution. Couple wolves. All right, so that is a minimum of 8. Now it's a little less than a minimum of 8. It's still 8, dude. All right, there we go. Tox rule! And a couple wolves, that's going to do it. I'm screwed. I'm going to heart balls to the walls, this thing. Yeah! I am sorry, Dark King, but you had to be put down. All right, playing against, what is this? fceezy. fceezy. 1, 2, 3. Working my way up to 9. Keep. Play this 5 if I want to. All right, he's down to 5 cards he was playing off of there. All right. That's a big animation for that land. All right, so next turn we're probably going to have to Brotherhood's End. Hopefully we keep everything from 3 or less. That's cool. We're at a nice place. Let's go ahead and blow it away. All right, we've got Treasure Troll out. Unfortunately, he's not a big enough boy to be able to drive the Bankbuster. I'm a big fan of what we got. Let's just decline what we got going on here. All right, so there is 4 We'll be hit by a guy that's landing for 2. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and just draw for some cards. Discard a card. We can only have one of these, so we'll be good. All right, there's 5. Let's go ahead and put out a Weakstone, Mightstone. -5 on our little pal right there. And we win the game because we are that awesome. Victory! Playing against NRG. NRG. 1, 2, 3, 4. All slow on the Western Front. Still nothing to do. Brotherhood's in. We can wipe something out, but it's up to a 3-3. And the crowd goes wild. We used a board wipe to wipe out one guy. And another. And he's pulling guys back from the graveyard now. So we're up to 4. Alright, it's time to start Skitterbeaming like crazy, apparently. All attack. This guy's digging for something. Well, he doesn't know how to deal with the Skitterbeams at the moment. Still digging. He's out of mana. Put out the other 3. All attack. One's dead. He's down to 3. Okay, I've had to use up all my mana. So I can't do anything other than just sit here and wait for things to happen. Unless you can wipe the board or put out, what, 4 more guys? I guess he's got to only block cut. Got to put out 3 more guys to be able to get down to 1 mana. He's got a lot of options. Probably not enough. Winner, winner, victory dinner. All right, playing against, I guess it's Treebeard. 33 Beard. 1, 2, 3. Let's keep it. Bankbuster, a little negate, maybe? Negates for non-creatures. That deck's gonna be full of nothing but creatures. Alright, put out a Bankbuster. So yeah, my hope here is Shivan Reef, we get the Fable out. We're able to get Treasure Troll, get up to another mana. We'll be able to race up to 5 somehow. This is going for the Air Force. Alright, so I definitely be able to put out the skitter beams by the next turn. And he doesn't have any more than 2 mana, though. Lightning Bolt and Squee. Not going to help you out if you don't have any more mana. No, I'm good. Decline. In for 2. There's the 5. Shall I wait till the next turn? I should. Ooh, should I wipe the board? I should. Oh, there goes my 5th mana. I got Field of Ruin. I'm okay. Yeah, no, that was a misplay. I should have been a little better off about that one. Just didn't occur to me till later on. Here's the imprint to where a TIE fighter went directly right into the planet side. Alright, and autopay. Alright, Kikijiki might just have to be a nice blocker at this point. I'm going to have another 6 more damage out there on the next turn. Kikijiki. I'm dangerously close to being killed myself. Alright, no math. Okay, you have to block with at least one guy. I don't like the fact that he's keeping one guy open like that. It means he might be able to win on the next turn. And it looks like he doesn't want to sacrifice a guy for no reason. Okay, so I'm just me hoping that he can't do 5 points of damage in one turn. He's got a lightning bolt, he could do it. There it is. Alright, playing against Marco. One, two, three, let's keep it. Another slow one. What's this guy playing with? Probably soldiers. There's an angel. Let's chew her head off. All right, 4, and let's put out a Bankbuster, which gives us the ability to make this appear. And he tries to cast on the next turn. Sure. All right, 5. I'm going to go ahead and learn a lesson. Am I going to get up to 9 at any particular point? Let's have faith, right? Maybe I should just wait until his turn. It's an instant. I could have cast it then. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. Yeah, we got a treasure troll. Go draw a card. And the land, good. It's a land. There we go. Put that out. And we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be 8. This guy's playing Azorius Angels at me right now. There's 9. Decline. Put that out. Attack with the treasure troll. He lets it straight through. We're going to portal the Phyrexia. Now we'll be able to start picking from the angels. Well, I might have to take this guy. Just so we have something with little teeth in the air. I'm gonna take Giada. I got a little bit of strength on me here. All right, so we got a couple people here who can't do much. Let's go ahead and crew up. Send them on in. Oh, I didn't mean to send treasure troll. Oh well, there's some treasure. He was scared. So I'm hoping that with Giada out, that when I start sealing his other, they'll come in with +1/+1 counters on them. This guy is odd. 4-1, come on, you can do it. Or 4-2, perfect. Decline. I'll just use this. I don't need any more of that, that's fine. Let's see what else we could draw here. That's dumb. Why, sitting there blowing smoke rings? Ooh, that one looks really good. All right, we got mana left over for Make Disappear. He's got a lot of mana, though. I can also do Casualty, though, which is Casualty just 1. He's going to die at the end of the turn anyway, man. There you go. You can be a real man about it. And another Bankbuster. Auto pay. Why not? This guy's still scared to send people in. All right. Let's see. This guy looks pretty awesome. Yeah, exactly. Victory! All right, so here we are with the IZZET tournament deck by Faz and it was a pretty okay deck. I'm surprised, you know, when you play like competitive decks, you expect them to be awesome, just be really excellent decks. This one, you know, it's the kind of deck that works, you know, a little over 50% of the time. Some reason in tournaments, you see those a lot. And I don't know, maybe when you're playing in tournaments where you have to worry about just getting the kill, you have a lot more toned down deck, and that's what this deck is. It did a good job. It just wasn't as fantastic as I would expect you know, like a really competitive deck to be. And I'm always surprised by that. And you know, this deck holds up to that particular situation. So taking a look at my win rate, I played it looks like 9 times. I won. I got a 56% win rate. I won 5, lost 4. Okay, so it went a little bit more than it lost. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. What has this deck got going on? What's the hero for it here? Like, the way I felt about this deck is like you're just trying to control the battlefield a little bit until you can get your mana up to put out Skitterbeams. You know, this thing originally called for 3 Cityscape Levelers and 4 Skitterbeams. I only have 2 of the Cityscapes, so I put it in a Portal Phyrexia, which costs 9 mana. I figured if I could do 9 for the Skitterbeam, then sure, why not? The thing about the Skitterbeam is that it's great because it's got prototype, and 3/2/2s is good. 3/2/2s is a good thing with trample and haste. It's just they're even better when they're 4/4s. So, you know, either 5 or 9, man, it doesn't matter. The Mightstone and Weakstone, 4 of them in here might be a little rough. I mean, you really want this to come out at some point. What sucks is when you got 2 in your hand, because what are you going to do, right? You're going to sacrifice it to Stern Lesson. So it's like, really, this is kind of the hero. I mean, it's nice to have, I think, Brothers in just to wipe the board. And it does a good job. It does a good job of ramping to get to where you need to get so you can play these. Sometimes it doesn't work out, in which case you're stuck with a Kiki Jiki or a Treasure Troll trying to finish off your deck, and that's rough. That is big time rough. But you know, it's a competitive deck. It's a competitive deck, and what are you going to do? So let's go ahead and rate this deck up. Is this deck competitive? I pulled off a tournament list. I normally would say no. I'd say this is not a competitive deck. I would rank it into it wins more than it loses, give it a B. But I may not have played it enough. I don't know. Maybe you guys are going to do better with it. Here's my big drawback. See, we got 4 counter spells right there. I am just not good with holding on to my mana and waiting to see what people do. So that could be why this deck doesn't work for me as well as it worked for other people. So I'm going to start off by putting it in the B range. Secondly, is it a fun deck? And I'm not going to give it big points on that just because it's a tight deck that is very focused on what it's trying to do, which is a little bit of control and ramp so you can get up to these guys. So I'm not going to say it's not fun. I'm just going to say that it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles in it. So I'm going to be like, nah, I'm not going to give it a whole lot of points there. I'm not going to take it away. And lastly, is it interesting? No, not really. So I'm going to give this deck a solid B on a Dr. Suck-It level. But because I did get it off of a tournament list, I'm going to give it an A-, saying that maybe I just didn't, it's not the deck for me, or I didn't give enough plays to really understand how awesome this deck really is. But so it's either a B deck or it's an A-. If you tend to think that my rankings are accurate, it's a B. It's a good deck to play with. I got to tell you what I would do. I would toss these counter spells. I would probably put Visions of Phyrexia in here. I think that's a more solid approach towards getting up to these guys. I mean, this is all great up here. These guys are great. You probably don't need as many as 4 for the Mightstone and Weakstone. And then there's definitely other things you could do at the lower level, especially if you get rid of the counter spells. I think Brotherhood in is going to help you with taking care of whatever gets put out that you have to worry about. Abrade's good. This guy's good. Stern Lesson's okay. This guy's fine-ish. You can probably find somebody else you can maybe do better. There's nobody in here I'm really copying. I suppose that if you manage to get out a Cityscape Leveler and I could make a copy of him with Kiki Jiki, that'd be great. I just don't see that happening very often. I just don't think it's worth the combo-ness of it. I don't think it's going to be there. Fuel the Ruin. Somebody is really worried about manlands at this point. I'd probably put the manlands in instead. Suck it, man. That's my deal. So yeah, maybe I'll even take a stab at changing this out for something else. But this is a deck I did pull off of a tournament list. Maybe I'm just not feeling it. So if you choose to play with this deck, I hope that you have a better time than I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.